Today we're going to solve quadratics by factoring and using the zero product property. So we're going to start with x squared plus 6 equals negative 7x. The first step before we factor is to go ahead and get all of those terms to the same side of the equation. So we're going to go ahead and add 7x to both sides of our equation. So we have x squared plus 7x plus 6 equals 0. Now that all of our terms are on the same side of the equation, we can go ahead and use the box and diamond method to factor. So we're going to first draw our box and diamond. Our first and third term come in diagonal corners of the box, and we're going to go ahead and multiply those two terms together to get the top of our diamond. So 6x squared. Our third term comes down in the bottom of our diamond problem. Now our goal is to find two values that multiply to 6x squared and add to 7x. So we have 6x and 1x. These two terms are going to come in our box, and it does not matter which box each term goes into as long as they are filling up the empty boxes. And now our final goal is to solve for the outside of our box. So we have x times x will give us the x squared, x times 6 to give us a 6x, x times 1 to give us a 1x, and just to double check, 6 times 1 will give us a 6. So the factored form for this is going to be x plus 6 times x plus 1, and that's going to equal 0, because our original equation over here was also set equal to 0. So the zero product property states that if we have two terms, term 1 and term 2, that multiply together to equal 0, at least one of those terms has to equal 0. So in order to solve for x, we are going to set each one of our parentheses, each one of our binomials, equal to 0 and solve for x. So we have x plus 6 equals 0, and we also have x plus 1 equal to 0. Now in order to solve, I need to subtract 6 from both sides, so I have x equal to negative 6. And over here I need to subtract 1 from both sides, so I have x equals to negative 1. And keep in mind, when we are solving, what we're really doing is finding the x-intercepts of our quadratic. So our two x-intercepts will sit at negative 6 and negative 1.